Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of the Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, Arrow the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about multiple topics of the day, including an ATF raid gone bad, my back problems, which are currently very, very painful, and that Nala Ray girl that was on the whatever podcast, and her trying to be born again, I guess. Doesn't know who that is. Basically, she was the redhead girl. You can tell her hair was like clearly fake red. She did like a really bad dye job on it, or whatever the case be. Where it was like super bright red, basically. And she was all like, hey, doing that kind of stupid bullshit or whatever with her fucking eyes and face and shit like that. Like, I forget what that's called. It's like Omegle face or something like that, or something real dumb like that, or whatever. It's basically like some fucked up anime bullshit, and it's like it's actually disturbing and disgusting at the same time, dude, because it's like some predatory bullshit, basically. But yeah, I guess apparently she was on her had posted some stuff to her Instagram page the other day. And the reason I found out about this because I was going through YouTube here, and it was a channel I wasn't subscribed to popped up in my thing. It was talking about OnlyFans girl being born again. I'm like, oh yeah, which one? And then I looked it up, and it was that girl's what it was. So it's interesting. If you doesn't want to see it, here is the video from her. I think it's her TikTok, if I'm not mistaken. So pull this up real quick. Bear with me. I think this doesn't pop up all the way. Yeah, it was talked about we can all be forgiven, given a choice or whatever, and this is her in the tank there, whatever, getting dropped down to the water and stuff like that. And being like, oh, that's cold. Like, at least that's what she was saying. So, but yeah, it's interesting because like this chick was talking about, I guess it was supposed to be her father was like a pastor, and the way it sounded like it wasn't really like a priest. It was actually more of like a snake oil salesman kind of pastor, like one of those guys that does like the church revival shit in the woods and stuff like that, in the tent or whatever the case be, with like snakes and stuff, or something very similar to that. And about her like leaving the church, and what she was basically describing was essentially like a weird ass cult that wasn't really like Christian or Presbyterian or Protestant or anything like that. Is what it is. It was basically just some weird ass motherfucker in the woods with the fucking van or something like that. Is what it was there. So, and it really sounded like her dad might have been a fucking straight up grifter, honestly, is what it is, and then claiming to be like clergy and shit, when he obviously wasn't, is what it is. Or it could just be the fact she's a pathological liar too. There is always that. I wouldn't put it past any of these girls like that go into that kind of field and stuff like that as so-called entertainment, when in reality it's just whoring. And it is kind of fucked up when you think about it, because we have literally gone to a point in history now where you literally have the first occupation in America being literally selling your body, coming back in full stride now is what it is. And it's kind of like, what the hell happened to us as a country, dude, really, honestly. And really what it shows, honestly, and I've said this many, many times in the past, and I've talked about this on back chats, stuff like that here this week, actually, with some people, because we were talking about, everybody always talks about like how many times dudes think about the Roman Empire Day or whatever that one thing was that came out recently is what it was here. I really don't, honestly. I think more about, what led to like shit like the Civil War, or what led to like, the first American Revolution is what it was here and stuff like that, because we're heading towards the second one of those as well pretty soon here. And my feeling on it is, it's like, yeah, it's the same kind of frustration that I've been talking about for the last couple of years on these channels and stuff like that, which is basically, it's, government overreach, it's government tyranny, it's dumb motherfuckers getting into power that shouldn't be in power ever in this country. You're moronic people like AOC or Jasmine Crockett or Amelia Sykes, or really, name any fucking retarded Democrat at this point, because they're all in the same league. Like, they're all stupid as fuck. None of them should be in power at all in this country. And they are some of the dumbest people ever, is what it is. And of course, they'll sit there and play the race card every chance they get, because it's the only fucking card they have in their deck, is what it is. They have no real argument to anything. They are the same pieces of shit that will sit there and co-sponsor or primary sponsor anti-gun legislation, anti-life legislation, pro-baby killing of Americans and stuff like that. And yet, meanwhile, they'll have illegals come over to our country every single day of our lives, popping out kids left and right and giving them fucking free handouts for all these kids that they have here, is what it is. So, yeah, it's super frustrating is what it is. And it's a situation there where you're just like, how did these people get elected? And then you realize when you actually look into it, it's all massive voter fraud is what it is at the end of the day, dude. Like, I don't believe, honestly, unless you're in, like, a state that is so gerrymandered blue, I don't believe any of these fucking people are legally holding office right now. I believe 100% that there's multiple people in Congress right now that have cheated their way into office. Even like people like AOC who are in like blue districts and stuff like that in New York and shit. I wouldn't be surprised if she fucking cheated her way into office for a second term or something like that, dude. And whatever she is now, like second term, third term, whatever it is now. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she cheated the last couple times, honestly. Like the first time made sense, honestly, but yeah, since then you've had people like confront her and shit like that, and you would think like with all these people confronting her all the time and stuff, like I don't know, it seems like maybe look into the voting records or get like the election cycle stuff, because it's all supposed like technically you're all supposed to be able to get that as a U.S. citizen because it is actually supposed to be considered to be what do you call it now? FOIA request stuff. It's Freedom Information Act is what it would be. So yeah, you would think you could have that honestly, but it seems weird that we don't have that. People know that nobody's actually doing anything to get that stuff yet. Is what it is. So those when I was doing that, knocked the computer, I was actually using my little Tupperware thing because I was about to eat some breakfast here, which is some tangerines and stuff like that. Is what it is. Some little cuties things is what it is there. So it's really good. Problem is they have all the fibrous shit on the outside of them is what it is. So you gotta like peel off a ton of this shit to get to the good meat of it is what it is. It's really hard to get sometimes, but yeah, that Nala girl is interesting though. And as the people I was watching, which is this podcast of these two girls that were talking about it, were saying, there's a difference between, being forgiven and repenting and stuff like that. And, if it actually gets you into heaven or whatnot. And I believe that truthfully, honestly. It's like, yeah, if you don't truly repent or whatever, like you're going to go to hell anyway, or at least end up in some purgatory state is what it is. And I think, honestly, I don't really believe that there's like, unless you're like pure evil, like Hitler was, or like, Stalin or Mao and those guys like that and stuff. Or, like people like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who refused to overturn Roe versus Wade and stuff when she was Supreme Court justice at the time in the early 90s. When the woman who was Jane Roe went up to her and was like, hey, would you please do this? Because she actually realized like how bad it was, like, 20 years on and stuff like that. And Ruth's like, nah, fuck you. And like kept allowing babies to be killed every day of the since then is what it was until her death eventually. And yeah, I believe people are burning in hell right now, legitimately. I think Dianne Feinstein's doing the same one. So I think she's burning in hell right now because of pushing all the gun control shit is what it is over the decades and screwing over people. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dianne was actually a child rapist, honestly, for that matter, dude. Like, I believe that truthfully. I think they all are, honestly, at this point. And if they're not like directly, they're indirectly. Like, I don't believe like every single member of Congress currently is like molesting kids, but there's definitely some that are, honestly. Like, let's go ahead and say the 450 or whatever that are there and stuff. Like, I think it's 435 actually that are in Congress, and then it's like 100 that are in Senate, obviously. So it's like 535 overall. So of the like 530 something people there, I would say maybe like 50 to 100 probably, like a given. Like that's a given fact. At least 100 of them are molesting kids and stuff like that. And then there's other people that are there who are either enabling that shit, another couple hundred, whatever the case be. And there's people who are completely oblivious to what it is then. Because that's the thing too. Even Madison Cawthorn, the kid that was in there for I think it was a term in Congress or whatever, and then got primaried out or whatever. Then after that, he actually was primaried because, and it was by establishment rhino is what it was, dude. Because you had him calling out stuff that he saw where it was fucking like coked up orgies and stuff like that with different U.S. senators he was all, fans of and shit. So I don't know if he was talking about Ted Cruz or Rand Paul, who he was talking about there is what it was. But he was talking about these dudes doing like coke bumps and shit off their fucking like keys and stuff and like all kinds of stuff like that's what it is. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same thing with Hollywood, I believe. It's not the fact that everybody's raping kids. It's the fact that you have like some people who are, and then you have a bunch of people who get, caught in situations or whatever where they think they're getting a BJ from a girl who's like 18, 19 years old and she's like 14, 15 years old or whatever the case being, tells them after the fact. Or it's also things like that where it's like, you got this dude who everybody thinks is all clean cut and shit like that, and he's doing like random like coke lines off a whore's ass or something like that in the background, and there's like video evidence of this or whatever the case be. And that's how they get them is what it is then. And so it's basically, yeah, mutually assured destruction. You come out, talk about these people being molesters and stuff like that, and they'll, release all this shit to make your image all terrible and stuff like that and defame you is what it is then. So I don't know, man. One thing I will say though is that if I was in that situation, I would say fuck it. I would just do it anyway and release everything then if that be the case, man. So, but yeah, that Nala Ray girl though. she just came off very like shady in general when she was on the whatever podcast a couple times. And my thing is, unless she goes there the next time or whatever and is like fully clothed and like not like, you know, skimpy outfit or whatever the case be, like I don't believe a second that she's not still doing like OnlyFans and shit like that right now, honestly. Because again, it might be that she's, you know, found, and it could be that she found God, honestly, again. But at the same time, it doesn't mean you're not still doing like, you know, whoring behavior is what it is there, and that's the whole point. Like you haven't repented yet is what it is. So, you know, like yeah, I've done, you know, things that I regret in my life, obviously, and I'm repenting for those things is what it is right now. So I assume when the day comes, I'll go to heaven. If I don't go to heaven, I'll probably go to some purgatory place or whatever the case be for a couple of years to repent. And then I'll go to heaven after that. That's what it is then. So, you know. Another thing I want to talk about actually too, that I forgot to put in the title today, which is Kyle Rittenhouse was at a college last night. I'm not sure which one it was, but apparently there was a bunch of leftists there, the same kind of leftists who attacked him that night in Kenosha, who were trying to kill him last night. And also trying to attack his supporters too on top of that. So it's like, seems like a good way to get shot, man. Especially when you got the highway patrol there helping them out and stuff like that and making sure everybody's good to go is what it is them. So, yeah, just a bunch of stupid motherfuckers is what it is, dude, entirely in this country. I'm here. I'm going to try to do some game stuff because I just remembered that we had our... I don't know what the hell's been going on with this game lately today. They did like 3 or 4 maintenance updates in the last like 12 hours or something that were all like an hour long, give or take. I think some of them had to do with the fact you had it was the Eugene and the Abandoned thing that came up today was not performing correctly or whatever, so they gave everybody like 2K and rubies and some other stuff, which is nice. That should be like a normal thing, by the way, when they do that shit. It should be like, hey, if you're doing a bunch of maintenances, like just give us 2 more K rubies off the bat, dude, is what it is. Or at least like 620 to buy like a dog and the thing for the dog. So, anyway. But yeah, these leftist people are fucking stupid though, man. They are some of the dumbest fucks I've ever seen in my entire life, and they're going to sit there and actively get themselves hurt and killed and stuff like that. Oh, nope. Apparently they did it for another hour then. So we got another 6 minutes left right now, suppose, until it ends. So, interesting. So yeah, it was originally an hour, now it's 2 hours. Okay, well that's good to know. But anyway, so yeah, what I was saying though was, it's interesting to me how you have these dumbass leftists that'll sit there and do all kinds of stupid shit, shady shit, and stuff like that, and then wonder why they get shot in self-defense is what it is then, when they're trying to attack people out of nowhere is what it is. And really the problem is it's like this leftist retarded mob is what it is, dude. There's no an actual brain cell among them. So they become like the Borg or the hive mind or whatever the case be, and it has to be like, 50 of them to get like one thing through is what it is then. So, let's see what's going on X right now. Oh yeah, here we go. Andy, no, 13 hours ago, quote, get him, in scenes reminiscent of Kenosha BLM militants at the University of Memphis, Tennessee, that's what it was. Chase and pursue attendees of Kyle Rittenhouse's, this is Kyle, Kyle Rittenhouse's student event, and then he was talking about the video was by this person is what it is. So yeah, here's the actual video of this event today, last night is what it was. Which was these dumb fucking leftists here. Yeah, get him, kill him. Yeah. Bunch of fucking lunatics, dude. Again, and these people wonder why I'm personally gonna put some of their asses down when this shit comes down, dude. Is what it is. Not that hard to figure out, motherfuckers. Like, yeah, you come at me like that, you're gonna get fucking shot, is what it is. And I swear to God, like these fuckers come up on me at some point in the future, dude. Like they will get fucking clapped. And it's the same thing across the board, dude. They're a bunch of left-wing nut jobs. They have no fucking... They honestly should be arrested right now for fucking terrorism charges by these fucking cops. And that's the problem with these fucking police and security guys there, that is what it is, dude. They're like too much of a bunch of pussies to actually arrest these fucking people. Because they know if they arrest 1 or 2 of them, the rest are going to try to attack them is what it's going to be then. And that's the problem. That's why you call up backup and stuff like that. You just start mass arresting all of them, doing fucking terrorist shit is what it is then. And stopping his fucking tracks is what it is then. So. Also, speaking of
okay to kill white.
Shit here. This guy's talking about, quote, anti-white racism doesn't exist. Meanwhile, the entire media is telling you opposite of that, which is basically, yeah, it's just them trying to fucking destroy white people and stuff like that. Yeah. Got this one from a couple, about 7 years ago. And it's like all kinds of other shit here, too. Having, quote, white nuclear family promotes white supremacy, says New York professor. What a stupid bitch, dude. Fucking ridiculous, dude. I remember this fucking idiot right here, the fucking DraftNet guy. I think he actually got busted for that stuff, and he was fired for it. And I don't know if he caught charges or not on that one. I think maybe he did. Or at least he was charged with something initially, and I don't know if it was dropped or not at the end of the day. But yeah, he at least got charged with something, I believe, if not mistaken. So yeah, just absolutely fucking disgusting, dude. Just fucking pure anti-white racist bullshit is what it is, dude. So fucking disgusting in general. But anyway. Well, this is just creepy.
Have Wi-Fi in your house?
Huh. This was I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Actually, this is pretty interesting. This was Alex Jones talking about Wi-Fi connections and Wi-Fi and EMF and plant growth. Is what it says here. Is that we are all living in a massive experiment. This is supposed to be like X amount of time with a Wi-Fi signal on and a Wi-Fi signal off. So the top one is Wi-Fi signals on, and the plants are not growing. The bottom one is Wi-Fi signal being off, and they're actually growing within like a day or two. Is what it is. Yeah, just staying still after almost 24 hours there, and then the other ones are already growing 34, 38, 48, 50, 60 hours. That's fucking wild, man. That's not good, obviously. So, yeah, it does. I always wondered about that stuff too. Like, you know, like what, like, because I live where I live out here. The router and stuff is in my bedroom, so it does make me wonder, like, you know, when I have the Wi-Fi on like that and shit when I'm sleeping at night, like maybe that's why I'm not sleeping well, is what it is, because it's fucking my brainwaves and shit. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Crazy stuff though. So, anyway, we have let's see what Elon Musk is saying here. You got the Sophie person saying, going back in time to try to explain how crazy it is that we have a guy who makes electric cars and rocket ships and brain-computer interfaces, yet a bunch of people hate him because they don't like his policies or politics or whatever, and having them show me a cave drawing of an astronaut meme. And then Elon Musk said, this is a battle to the death with the anti-civilization woke mind virus. Musk's positions are centrist, saying secure borders, safe and clean cities, don't bankrupt America with spending, racism against any race is wrong, and no sterilization below age of consent. So, interesting. I don't know. Remember Alex Jones saying once he thought Elon Musk was the Antichrist, so I thought that was interesting. But, see this one. We got breaking. Surgeons in Boston transplanted a kidney from a genetically modified pig into a 60-year-old man. Medical milestone is the first procedure of its kind. New kidney began producing urine shortly after the surgery. Wow, that's pretty wild. Well, I mean, it makes sense, logically speaking, because you do have, you know, pigs, genetically speaking, are the closest thing to human that can be, like, you know, modified and shit like that. That's what it is like that. That's why they do all that stuff on those pigs, is what it is then. And then we got Washington State dropping bar exam. Requirements to pass the bar for lawyers who wish to practice in order to advocate diversity, equity, inclusion, DEI, and reduce barriers for black lawyers who are apparently too stupid and too inept to pass the bar exam. And we got this one from yesterday. It was, Why passing the bar exam will no longer be a requirement to become an attorney in Washington State. Bar exam disproportionately blocks marginalized groups from becoming lawyers, minimally effective for ensuring competency, state task force finds. So fucking stupid, bro. My God. I'll tell you one thing. Never have a lawyer, ever, from Washington State after this, dude. Because they're going to be the dumbest motherfuckers, don't know a damn thing about the laws, what it is. But that being said, it is like Honda was saying the other day on his chat. I think it was, or maybe it was Mass Chat. I can't remember. It was either his chat on Tuesday or it was Mass Chat on Monday, because he was the one discussing it, and something was brought up to the fact of like, what about the people that would have like be able to study something like real good or whatever, like one part of the law, whatever it is, like First Amendment or Second Amendment stuff or whatever it is there. Like, shouldn't they have the ability to become a lawyer kind of thing there in that specific field is what it is without having to pass the bar exam? Because the thing with the bar exam is, if you're actually passing the bar, it's like a bunch of different questions over the board of stuff like that, of like various cases that maybe you don't even represent at the end of the day. Like, because that's the thing, right? Like, most people that are going to go be a lawyer and stuff, unless you're going to be like a civil attorney or something like that, or like some kind of, something for like criminal defense attorney or whatever the case be, like, I could see needing to pass it for those reasons, obviously, in that aspect of things, or whatever. But yeah, if you're just going to be some dude who like, is a lawyer for like gun rights or something like that, and like your entire thing, like your entire field of known knowledge is like Second Amendment stuff, whatever the case be, like maybe there should be a alternative to that or whatever the case be then, because you're not going to need to know all this other shit for like criminal defense or, various, civil defense, whatever it is there, dude, because you're not going to be those lawyers is what it is then. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be different things is what it is there. That being said, though, if you ever are going to be like, a civil defense or or I'm going to say not civil defense, if you're going to be a civil attorney for like family courts and shit like that, or you're going to be like, criminal attorney for like getting people off and shit like that, or even like a public defender, whatever the case be, like, yeah, you should have to pass the bar for those reasons, what it is then. But with the exception of that, like, I could see like doing it for like, First Amendment, Second Amendment, stuff like that's what it is, where you're only doing those things, would be then. So So I'm looking at this guy's Kel-Tec in this photo, in this video here, and it seriously. Let me go ahead and pop this up real quick. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about right now. So there's a little foregrip they put on the bottom there. Is what it is, dude, for like the rail part or whatever it is there. I'm not so sure that's not an SBR right now, dude. Or not an SBR, but like an AOW or whatever the case be then. So, at least according to the ATF or whatever, it probably would be. But yeah, it's like, that does seem a little fishy. That does seem like it's bordering on like felony shit right there, honestly, dude. According to like ATF's definitions of like NFA bullshit is what it is. Now, granted, that being said, I've said before, I'll say it again. That thing shouldn't exist, is what it is. NFA shouldn't exist since 34 is what it is, dude, because all it is gun control from fucking Al Capone's era, basically, that never went away, is what it is then. When we repealed the shit for to do away with getting alcohol back now is what it is. So anyway, see where we're at now. Got man stabbed in heart of upscale Cherry Creek North shopping district. No suspect in custody. I think that's in Colorado area, if I'm not mistaken there. So if people were saying BLM is back. Wow. Well, if that were really true, people, and I'm just gonna say it like this: if that were truly the case, right? If Black Lives really did matter, then why are you not shouting outside of Planned Parenthood that are murdering black children every single day, dude, in record numbers? Oh yeah, that's right, because you're a inept fuck is what it is, dude. You're an inept, stupid motherfucker is what it is. That is so dumb that you don't even realize that you're actually destroying your own fucking race is what it is. And then you want to sit there and bitch and moan about stuff like that, even though where you were saying that was outside the Kyle Rittenhouse event, where, by the way, Kyle did not kill any black people, you dumb shits. He shot a convicted pedophile, a white guy named Joseph Rosenbaum, who should have never been out of prison ever again after that, by the way. That dude raped 5 boys between the ages of 9 and 11 years old. You had Anthony Huber, who was another white man, who was going to beat Kyle in the head with a skateboard that night. That stupid motherfucker was a domestic abuser of both his grandmother and I believe his girlfriend at the time, or whatever the case be then. And was also convicted of like holding these people hostage or something like that in the house or whatever it was to like stop them from leaving the house or something that night when he was like beating the shit out of one of them was what it was then. So yeah, he was a scumbag too. Gage Grosskreutz, who's not calling himself something else, was a burglar. He was actually convicted of burglary. That's why he didn't have a CCW anymore. And so he was legally having a gun on him at the time there in Kenosha that night. Then he pulled on Rittenhouse, and he got some other dumbasses out there now trying to make some fake news bullshit that's claiming that there was like a gun produced out of nowhere is what it was. And it's like, no, it existed, you idiots. He had it in his fucking back of the back of his pants is what it was there, and he pulled it out real quick. You can see that shit all over the videos, what it is there. Not to mention there's like 20 different videos for that matter for that night. So it just depends on which one you're actually watching. If it's the BG on the scene one or if it's somebody else's one. So but anyway. Yeah, Rittenhouse is not the smartest person ever. You know, when you actually listen to this kid speak and stuff, you can tell he's like kind of like low IQ a little bit in some cases, but like doesn't mean he's not a good guy though. So anyway. Number 2. But yeah, my whole point making though is like it's ridiculous, dude. You have a dude trying to have his freedom of speech there, and you got these dumbass fucking mobs trying to kill him and his supporters of his then. I also want to point out too where that University of Memphis, Tennessee is there. Or University of Memphis, Tennessee there is. Pretty sure that's the heart of Justin Jones' district in Tennessee there. Which would be that black supremacist piece of shit who, by the way, was a BLM terrorist himself in 2020. Should have been arrested then in charge of felony charges for assaulting people and trying to grab them out of their vehicles and stuff like that. Not to mention obstructing traffic laws and stuff like that. So, yeah, Jones has no business being in the General Assembly there in Tennessee or any General Assembly in this country for that matter. It's the same thing with most of these stupid motherfuckers like that, dude. Just like Ismail Muhammad's ass here in Ohio. Guys literally calling for a fucking jihad of Somali and shit like that in America. And it's like, how the fuck are you still in this country right now? Why are you not being, drug out at gunpoint at this point, honestly? So, anyway. Like, literally have, military dragging his ass out at gunpoint and throwing him on a fucking plane back to Somalia then. Just had to reiterate that, obviously, because I don't need the fucking feds knocking my door in again now. Just like transitioning here. We had the ATF do some kind of a raid here. I haven't actually looked into the entire story yet, but from my understanding, the gist of it that I got from the whole headlines and stuff like that was they went after some kind of dude who was a pilot or something, I believe is what it was. And I don't know if this is in the middle of the night. They tried to do like a break on his house or what the hell the deal was there. But either way, I'm assuming they kicked this door in before dawn is what it was there or whatever. And yeah, of course, somebody hears that shit and they think they're going to be home invaded or whatever. So they go grab a gun and they shoot somebody's ass. What it was. Of course, yeah, one of the agents shot. There's what it was. So it's like, yeah, fuck around and find out. ATF, fuck boys. So, do I feel at least a bit bad for this guy or gal that got shot? Hell no, I don't, dude. Because fuck these people. They're the most unconstitutional alphabet agency that's ever existed in this country. They have no business existing to begin with, actually, for that matter. When you actually look at the history of the ATF to begin with, it all, again, starts back in the Prohibition era with Prohibition agents and stuff like that back in those days. They were trying to enforce BS alcohol laws at the time. And then basically, fast forward 20, 30 years is what it was. And it was the 1960s or 70s, someplace in there, is when they actually started then, is what it was, as the actual alcohol, tobacco, firearms, explosives, etc. Bureau there. So, But yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit entirely, dude. And the only reason they even exist right now entirely is because of the fucking NFA shit is what it is, man. If we just repealed the NFA outright right now from 34, 90 years ago now, you would actually have them no longer being able to be existing at all because their entire thing is null and void. And actually, truthfully, if we actually just got rid of the IRS right now, because they're the ones that actually fund the ATF and stuff like that, so you get rid of the IRS, you actually get rid of both the ATF and I think the FBI too, if I'm not mistaken, in some aspects, or not all of it, but like the majority of it would be then. So like 99% of the corruption would be gone. That's what it is. But anyway, so yeah, it's a bunch of shit though. Either way, dude, it's like we have people out here who are very very bad people in this country who actually should be on lists. Various Somalis like Ismail Mohammed here in Ohio, or anybody that supports his ass there in that Somali community because they're probably got terrorist ties and stuff like that to their home country is what it is. And yet, meanwhile, instead, you got people like me getting our doors kicked in, or almost kicked in is what it is, because they really just like tried to like bang it down basically with their fists is what it was. But yeah, like we're getting fucking FBI knocks on our fucking door years ago because we said some shit is what it was, dude. Because oh my god, a what if scenario involving a living person is like, oh my god, it's so bad. Like, no, it's talking about how to stop a future dictator, dude. That was the whole point entirely, that whole fucking thing. Which I want to point something out, too, for that matter. It's not like the feds themselves don't do rendition flights every fucking year, dude, is what it is. Or have, like, black sites where they're torturing people right now is what it is. So, yeah. In that particular video, is just calling out exactly what they're doing every day is what it is, dude. It's like that time you had a few years ago, it was people's wristbands for doing the walking and stuff like that. I forget what company was behind it, but they basically, you had like a supposed glitch in the system or whatever the case be, which might have just been a hack attack at that point. But either way, it was like some kind of a glitch or something supposedly that made them all fly off at the same time or whatever. And it was showing all these crazy places that were like unknown areas and stuff like that to people. And when it turned out it was a lot of the places that these guys were in, or these gals were in, whatever it was there, was random like CIA, FBI, ATF, etc. black sites, like different military installations and shit like that, like your Area 51 type places and stuff like that, and like other, various black sites that they had to, torture people and shit like that. That's what it was there. So, yeah, fairly interesting, man. Very, very interesting that day that happened. And I forget when that was. I can't remember if that was during Trump's administration or the end of Obama, actually. It was one of the two. I want to say it was somewhere between like 2016 and 2018, if I'm not mistaken, when that happened. So it's been at least 6 to 8 years ago now. But yeah, very very interesting. And people's minds don't really think back to that as what it is. But with me, it's the autistic memory that kicks shit like that in my head and make sure it stays there is what it is. For future use is what it is then. So, but anyway. It was just a little sliver because the other one was like a little baby on it, is what it was. Basically, just trying to pull these apart right now and get all the excess junk off of them before I eat them then. I was actually watching Northern Exposure the other day for the first time in many, many years. I remember watching that show as a kid. I don't think I ever watched the very beginning of it, though. So I started watching the first couple episodes of what it was the other day, and yeah, that show really did play like a lot of like interesting tropes back in those days. Like specifically, they were toting about the guy, the main dude being like a Jewish doctor and stuff like that, and they're just like, oh, and we're like so happy that he was coming to be like part of their little town and stuff like that, and it's like that's pretty fucked up, man. So anyway, but yeah, I guess Hollywood did a lot of that shit like that back in the day. Specifically in the early 90s, like that, where they were basically rubbing it in your fucking face, who controlled everything is what it was. So, anyway. But yeah, that being said, like, I got no problem with them folks. Mark Malone does, obviously, but I don't. So, I find it very interesting because that Mark Malone guy, that one that's in Honda's chat sometimes, on the side chat things, he'll bitch and moan about things, and it'll be various stupid bullshit and trying to blame people for other stuff. And it's like, dude, you literally admitted to being a predatory lender of people back in the day and never took responsibility for you writing fucking bad loans to people as it was, bro. We're going to steal their homes later on. It's like, yeah, you might have worked for the institution that did it, but you were the one stupid enough to write the shit, dude, is what it was. So it's like, it's partially on you too, buddy. So yeah, it's a bunch of shit, dude, entirely. But anyway. There's like a lot of excess on this one here that I'm pulling off right now. That's the shit I'm pulling off, by the way, is those little like stringy pieces. Because I don't want to have that in my system as what it is, because with my diverticulosis, it could fuck me up real bad later if they're in there. Not to mention, you're not really supposed to eat that shit either, for that matter. Because it actually messes up your internal tract, is what it is then. So, mostly because it can't actually get through your system in most cases. So it'll go in like that and come out like that. It's the same thing with corn, by the way. There is, I forget what it's called on corn. It's like seculosis or something like that. It's something with a C or an S or something. And basically what it is it's, for the most part, human beings cannot actually digest that stuff. So it's why when you eat corn, you can actually like, chew it up pretty good or whatever, but it'll still come out almost whole when it's all, through your system is what it is then. So, but yeah, it's something we really shouldn't eat as human beings, actually, but we do, obviously. It's like the same thing with, it's one thing I learned about when I was diagnosed with colon cancer 8 years ago, was I was doing a bunch of research about stuff, and it was talking about milk and stuff like that, specifically dairy milk is what it was. And it was talking about how dairy milk was actually rocket fuel for cancer. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah, it makes the shit spread like crazy. So yeah, if you ever diagnosed with cancer, don't drink milk at all, dude, or eat any kind of dairy, anything else like that. Then so you're better off eating a bunch of these because it's got vitamin C in it. See here now, we got this one here off of X here, which is a 42-year-old vigilante from Nebraska arrested for killing 30 pedophiles. Interesting. This person said, good on him. I think they got what they deserved. Joel Miller, 42, was trying to kill a notorious child abuser when he was caught by the cops. Let's go ahead and look up this case and if that be the case. Let's see, Joel Miller. Joel. So that guy was basically Dexter Miller, Nebraska. Joel. It's saying Snopes is claiming it's fake though. Damn. Well, that being said, Snopes is actually run by a guy, his wife, and his cat. So there you go. Like they're actually fake as fake, so it could be real, dude. But yeah, I'm not finding much of anything here on it. Is what it is. Hard to say if that's legit or not. I mean, would it really surprise me if it was? Not really. That being said, I think it'd be something that would be in the news, honestly. So probably not. Probably not real, actually. Although that being said, it could be real at some point in the future, though. so anyway, that's pretty wild. I feel like this kid is practicing for future Olympics right here, man. Pull this up real quick. So they start out on the side of the bed there, and they're just doing like on the bed there and fucking like some crazy flippity dippity. Not mean we'll go back at all then. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie. Seems like I make it dizzy as fuck though, honestly. Like I feel like that's gonna fall off that bed at some point then, because they're gonna be dizzy as hell at the end of it or whatever. So it actually reminds me of like a loading screen. Huh, interesting. Let's see. Then we got Kevin O'Leary says, quote, "It has absolutely nothing to do with Donald Trump at this point. This is an attack on America. Don't know how you can look at this any other way. I know many investigators who are completely disturbed by this." He's speaking about Letitia James, there's what it is, the Attorney General of New York, trying to steal Trump's properties and stuff like that now. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Really fucked up. Let's see what this one's about here. We got the Gays Against Groomers people here that posted this one. Said, the difference between the gay rights movement of old and the current alphabet mafia we see now. They said, quote, our gay and lesbian elders only wanted to blend into society and have the same rights as everyone else. And that is all we still want today. Yeah, that's pretty much the case, honestly, dude.
Who spent like 30 years in the gay rights movement, as it were. Our core objective was to remind people, we did in the 80s and 90s, we said, we just want to be like you. We don't want to change your life in any way. What we did was emphasize what we have in common with everyone, not what sets us apart. In other words, what we were doing was a universalist human experiment. What they're doing is a very particularist, identity-based defense of it, which appeals to no one because it's not even asking anybody to agree or disagree.
Yeah, it's forcing your shit upon people.
Obedience, because again, this comes down to philosophically. If you believe in power or if you believe in truth. They don't believe in truth. They don't believe there's any
they just want power.
Truth, let alone about biology or anything else. So the only way they can do this is by the exercise of raw power. Those of us who...
Okay, that was the end of that then. Interesting. Yeah, he's right about that though, honestly, dude. And I've said that before with Antifa and BLM and those people like that. They're in the alphabet mafia there. They're trying to force their shit upon everybody is what it is, dude. It's like, that's the thing, right? It would be one thing entirely if it was people that were like that dude, where it's like, yeah, you know, it's like them just having like an event where they're just like walking down the street, marching, or whatever the case being like, yeah, we're, you know, for like gay pride or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, we just want to be accepted kind of thing is what it is there, versus these fuckers now that are like, oh, you must suck the trans female dick, bigot, kind of shit like that, or whatever the case be. And it's like, I don't gotta do nothing, motherfucker. Get that shit out of my face, asshole. So, but yeah, that's the problem right now entirely in this country. And really has a lot to do with mass mental illness for that matter. When you start looking at what these people are on right now, hormone-wise, and whether it be hormone drugs, whether it be, you know, psychological drugs, you know, Xanax, Zoloft, stuff like that is what it is. All these SSRI antidepressants, stuff like that. Percocet. Stuff like that's what it is too, for that matter. Valium is another one, or it could be stuff like ADHD meds, like, you know, Adderall and stuff like that. Which, by the way, is legalized meth. Those don't know about that one. There's another one that they give to those kids, but I can't remember what it is offhand. But that one's actually like legalized crack, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Because it's essentially what it is they're taking like, it's big pharma. What they do is they'll actually take it from, it's like raw stage or whatever. And they'll get like the components that make it up or whatever then, where it's like this, and that or whatever. And they'll throw like those four things together to make it like this pill form of things that's like way more potent and stuff like that. And it doesn't give you like the side effects of being like a meth head or something like that is what it is then. So, but anyway, if you're like, you know, scratching your arms and stuff like that, if you don't have it or whatever, it just, you know, takes you down is what it is then. But yeah, it's like a bunch of bullshit entirely, dude. And the stuff that shouldn't be given to kids at all, for that matter. And really, I'd say the biggest problem with our country right now is big pharma entirely, dude. Like the fact that we let big pharmaceutical companies lobby congressmen, senators, etc., or anybody at state level for that matter, to push any kind of shit like that's what it is, dude. No, fuck that crap. There should be. I'm not saying ban lobbying across the board, but we should definitely ban corporate lobbying, is what it is, man, and have it be very defined what corporate lobbying is at that point. Where it's like, yeah, if you're some giant ass corporation with big pharma that's lobbying fucking people, like, you're done, bro. Or if you're some like anti-gunner group like Michael Bloomberg and shit like that has like billions and billions of dollars behind you, guess what? You're fucking done too, for that matter. But if you're just some individual, you know, like I am, that created a high picture education network here is what it is, where we are a very, you know, small person shows what it is right now. Like, no, we could easily be still lobbying is what it is then. or even Ohio Gunners for that matter, that has like a few, 1,000 people behind is what it is then. Maybe a couple million Ohioans is what it is though. So, but yeah, it definitely needs to be a real defined thing is what it is, man. Or like the same thing with like various, wind farm, solar farm companies like that's what it is or whatever. Like, yeah, they can fuck off too, man. Not allowed to lobby at all for that matter. Or it's like the same thing with people that'll leave Congress and shit like that. And then it's like a year or two later, they go work for some fucking, corporate lobbying company or whatever the case be, where it's like Obama was in office that time during 2009, 2016 there and stuff like that. And we had what was called government sacks for a long time because all these people work for Goldman Sachs that would then go in the administration and stuff like that, be given different positions and stuff like that, or they would leave Obama's administration and then go work for Goldman Sachs after that. If that be the case, then they were starting to lobby for shit like that's what it was then. For big banks and big banksters and everything else like that, dude. It's a bunch of bullshit entirely. So, yeah. But anyway. This is interesting. This historical video. It says BBC reporter asking what they thought was a random guy if he remembers the 1967 FA Cup. I'm guessing that'll be like a soccer cup or whatever match. Turns out he was actually the Liverpool goalkeeper who played in the damn thing. That's pretty funny, man. It's kind of wild stuff. So, anyway. Yep. And we got other people sitting here talking about the 2 minutes or so. Mob attacks people leaving Calverton House event. Imagine a mob of white people rushing an event, screaming and inciting violence against any other race. Imagine the mass hysteria the mainstream media would have that followed. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. God. I'll tell you what, like every cop in Massachusetts right now, this is Massachusetts, right? Yeah, Massachusetts right now needs to beat the fucking brakes off the governor of Massachusetts right now, dude. Migrant, illegal, right there, this piece of shit right here on the left, rapes 15-year-old disabled girl. Governor of Massachusetts, Haley, quote, from time to time, things will happen. Fuck you, cunt. Resign on the fucking spot, you dumb bitch. Like, I've said before, I'll say it again, dude. This is what I talked about yesterday. There needs to be a thing on the books. There needs to be a law on the books that every American citizen in our lives can fight at least 5 politicians, if not 10 for that matter. Because I'll tell you right now, that comment alone, I would definitely put that bitch on my own list right now to go fight her ass if that be the case, man. If that law existed. Because fuck this piece of shit cunt, dude. Like, you're going to say shit like that. Oh, things like that happen. Yeah, it happens when you allow a bunch of fucking illegals to come into our country, you stupid fucking cunt. That was being here in the first fucking place. They're all a bunch of goddamn rapists and murderers and stuff like that, you fucking dumb whore. So, anyway. Interesting. Google quietly changed the search results for bloodbath definition. So Saturday is when Trump was talking about the bloodbath stuff. Sunday, the 17th, bloodbath was labeled as a ruthless slaughter of a great number of people, a massacre. Then they changed it on the 21st, and it just says bloodbath, an event or situation in which many people are killed in a violent manner. What a bunch of fucking shit, dude, entirely. Fucking disgusting, dude, is what it is. Jesus Christ. Wow. So Trump knocking up AOC. I gotta say, that is a creepy ass AI, really good AI on that one, dude. Like I'm saying, man, like Cortez is not a bad looking chick. She is dumb as a fucking box of rocks, bro. Seriously. What's this one right here? Looks like a little kitty cat. I will say, Tagger kitties, tabby cats, are the best kitties of all, man. They're the cutest looking ones. Oh, dude's like, yeah, pet my stomach. By the way, if a cat rolls over to you, for you to rub its belly like that, that's actually a good thing because it means it trusts you. Because obviously they have no defense. The soft on their belly kind of thing is what it is there. So yeah. So if they're letting you do that, that means they trust you fully, man. Oh, good fucking God, man. Going back to yesterday with the stupid ass Democrat, Chantel Brown. She's a dumb cunt from Cleveland, Ohio there, who just won her re-election campaign in the primary there. Hopefully she actually gets completely kicked out in the general election versus the Republican. I would love to see that seat flip, honestly. This bitch has been a Bernie Sanders bro, though, forever is what it is. She was sucking Bernie Sanders' dick years ago to try to get him elected into presidency, actually. She had a fucking meltdown with TDS yesterday.
It is the bondless, broke bluffer, twice impeached, 4 times indicted, insurrection initiator, election.
No, that'd be you, stupid bitch, and your fucking Democrat allies that are doing that in the state houses every year across this country.
The one who wants to terminate the Constitution and defund the FBI.
Nope, that'd be you people.
The one who romanticized exchanging of love letters with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. The one who just last week embraced autocrat Orban of Hungary to discuss their diabolical plans to destroy our democracy.
We're not a fucking democracy, you stupid bitch. You literally swore an oath to the goddamn U.S. Constitution when you took office back in 2021, you stupid fucking cunt. And you swore an oath in 2023 for the same exact reason, you dumb whore. So how about you get the fuck out of office, Chantel Brown, you stupid bitch? Because you don't know a goddamn thing about this fucking country's history or the actual oath that you broke into fucking office, you dumb bitch. I seriously fucking hate these Democrats so much, dude. We are not a fucking democracy. What we are is we are a constitutional republic with a Democrat voting process. There's a huge fucking difference. The huge fucking difference is we actually have a Bill of Rights that include the God-given right, the inalienable right to keep and bear arms, you stupid bitch. Something you and your fucking Democrat buddies keep trying to destroy with your bullshit AWB crap that you can't even legally fucking pass. Like, that's the thing, right? It even says it in the fucking Bill of Rights about Congress not being able to do certain things there, but yet they keep doing this shit even though they don't have legal authority to do that stuff, is what it is. You can't legally pass anything. You can't legally pass anti-gun laws. You can't legally pass anti-life laws, like abortion and shit like that. You can't do any of it, dude. Neither can the American people, for that matter. Because it is a God-given fundamental right to be able to live and be able to bear arms. So anyway.
Who proposed a policy to ban Muslims from this country.
That is not what Trump did, you stupid bitch. What he did was say, hey, here's a bunch of terrorist hotbed nations, just like every other president before him for like the last 20 years or so, and was like, hey, maybe we shouldn't allow these people to come into our fucking, country unvetted and stuff like that, because maybe fucking terrorists are going to terrorist attacks in our fucking soil then. Yeah, it's called a ban on a fucking nation that's full of terrorism, you dumb bitch. But oh no, you Democrats love the fucking terrorism because you're a fucking terrorist, you stupid bitch. Fuck you, Chantel, you fucking dumb whore. Fucking stupid cunt.
The one who just this week said any Jewish person who votes for a Democrat hates their religion and Israel.
I don't know if I believe that one.
The one who called neo-Nazis carrying tiki torches chanting, Jews will not replace us, good people.
That's a fucking hoax lie, and we know that one. By the way, it wasn't good people, you stupid bitch. It was the very fine people hoax, which he was talking about there being very fine people on both sides, and he wasn't talking about those idiots. He simply called those idiots after that fucking fact on that larger clip that you fucking morons love to cut in half. That was what it is.
One who referred to African nations as, I quote, shithole countries.
Because they are shithole countries?
NFL players, the majority whom are black, sons of bitches for taking a knee in protest of the ever-present racial inequality.
Because they are sons of bitches. Colin Kaepernick literally was the first one to take a knee because he's a little bitch that fucking sat there knew he was hurt, knew he was going to get cut at the end of the fucking season, and went and trying to make a big fucking stink because he's a piece of shit, dude. He's literally a son of a bitch. Because, by the way, he's actually a son of a bitch because the motherfucker was actually adopted by a white family who then he talks shit about after that, dude. So, yeah, fuck you, you stupid fucking cunt. And fuck Colin Kaepernick, too, and the rest of these fucking dumb pieces of shit in the NFL. NBA, all of them fucking assholes, dude. They're a bunch of fucking crybaby children. For God's sakes, they make millions of fucking dollars a year throwing around a goddamn ball, dude. That's their entire fucking claim to fame, dude. And yet people look at them as if they're fucking like God's gift to fucking whatever at that point. It's like, no, they're a stupid motherfucker in most cases. You actually talk to these people, by the way. If you ever have a conversation with these people, dude, whether it be an NBA player, an NFL player, whatever the case be, and you try to have a conversation about anything political, they don't know jack shit, dude. You try to have a conversation with them about guns, they don't know jack shit about that either, for the matter. But you ask them anything about stats or any kind of fucking, like, oh, what was this guy's stats for X amount of years, or whatever the case be, they'll sit there and rattle that shit off like fucking crazy, dude, because all they fucking know. They know the ins and outs of the game that they play is what it is. They throw balls through hoops. They throw balls down to other players at the end of a fucking goal line and stuff like that, man. They're morons in many cases. Not to mention, so many of them gotten what is it called? Traumatic brain injuries and stuff like that over the years from, head-to-head combat contact and stuff like that in these fucking ball games and stuff like that, dude. So, of course, they're going to be dumber than the blocks or rocks at that point then.
And police brutality that continues to pervade our justice system.
Police brutality against whites more than anything, bitch.
Rapists and promised to build a wall and have them pay for it. And in case you missed it, it didn't happen. The one who told women of color born in the United States, elected to Congress and serving on this very committee, to go back to their own countries. The one who bragged about grabbing women by their private parts. The one who confused his rape victim, whom he claimed was not his type, for his very own. Yeah, because J. Carroll's a damn liar, and so is the fucking judges. An admitted and committed adulterer who attempted to pay off a porn star for her silence. The one who has publicly mocked people with disabilities. The one who dodged the draft and referred to prisoners of war as losers, the very people who pay.
Oh, you mean like other draft dodgers like Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, John Kerry, all these fucking assholes? Obama's another one of them too, by the way. Actually, I think Obama's a little bit younger than the rest of those guys who wouldn't have done that stuff. But yeah, like Biden dodged it by being in the U.S. Senate. Fucking John Kerry dodged it back in the day because he was roughly the same age, give or take. All these fucking guys are a bunch of draft dodgers, dude. And Trump didn't dodge the draft, technically speaking. What he did was he claimed he had bone spurs, which I think was actually true, in his feet and stuff like that, and allowed him to not be able to be drafted then because of that, because you can't have fucking shit like that in your system and be able to walk properly and be able to run across like jungles and shit like that, dude, and go shooting fucking Vietnamese people. Which, by the way, I want to point something out too, for that matter. I love how Democrats like this are all pro-war and stuff like that when it benefits them and shit, dude. But yet then they're all coming to be like all about not having wars and stuff like that after the fact. But yet we're actually funding a fucking proxy war in Ukraine right now because of these fucking dickheads. People like Chantel Brown have voted yes on every goddamn omnibus bill for fucking Ukraine funding in the last like 5 years or so, give or take now. Well, not just Ukraine funding, obviously, because that's only been going a couple of years. Now is what it is. But yeah, you know what I'm saying though. She's been on like ever since she got into Congress there, like 3 years ago, whatever it was now, what it is. She has been sitting there and funding the Ukraine bullshit. She's been funding every omnibus bill that comes across the fucking board, dude. She's a party line Democrat. She's a scumbag, piece of shit, fucking dumb cunt is what it is, dude. She needs to be tossed fuck out of office right now is what it is, for real. She is exactly what I've said many times. Every single state should have 5 congressional seats at maximum. That would take 10 out of Ohio right now. Hers would obviously be one of them. You would have 1 in Columbus. And you would have 3 in other places that are rural areas, and you'd have a 5th one that would be like the rest of the fucking major cities fighting for that 5th one then. So we'd have basically a 60-40 split every single time is what it would be then for red-blue. So anyway.
A high price so we could enjoy the freedoms that far too many of us take for granted. The one who boasted about being able to stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue to shoot someone and not lose votes. The one who
Okay, so I'm going to talk about that one for a second now. That was obviously taken out of context 100%, because what was actually said there was Trump was, and that was, by the way, back in 2016, Trump said something about like, with his fame and stuff like that, yeah, he could probably go down and shoot somebody on the streets of New York and not lose anybody's vote as what it was then. Because what he was really talking about was just like the crazy corruption of the fucking system is what it was, dude. And I think Hillary could do the same thing, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So
promoted political and physical violence multiple times.
Oh, you mean like every single Democrat has done? Promoting violence, specifically Maxine Waters has done it at least 3 or 4 times in Congress in the last 5 years, bitch. Where she called for that famous one she did where she was like confronting him at the gasoline station, all this other shit like that, or like every single Democrat that called for violence during the 2020 riots. You mean like that, Chantel Brown, you stupid fucking cunt? Mm-hmm. I do, because you fucking Democrats pieces of shit, dude, is what it is.
Including most recently at my rally in my home state of Ohio, where he declared there would be a bloodbath.
Bloodbath hoax.
The one who intentionally denied COVID was deadly and eventually suggested injecting bleach.
Okay, I gotta go past that because I don't know. By the way, YouTube, I'm not saying this. Don't bring up consideration. This is Chantel Brown, a congresswoman from Ohio, saying this shit. I'm trying to go past it now.
Overruling concerns flagged by officials. This committee's chairman admitted the former president's son-in-law crossed the line of ethics by accepting a $2 billion investment into that very
shit. I'm not even gonna listen to this fucking shit.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna go call Chantel Brown's ass out right now, dude. At Sean S. This is her dumbass, right? Gotta make sure on that one. There we go. Representative Chantel Brown. Okay. RIP. SHU. Clearly qualified. First, this constitutional republic. All right. Let's see what we got here. 51 minutes ago, breaking. House Appropriations Committee just released a $1.2 trillion government spending bill at 2 a.m. Slipped in there is a $400,000 for our taxes funneled to Briar Patch Youth Services. Briar Patch Youth Services gives 13-year-old kids chest binders, tuck equipment, counseling, etc. So literally fucking pedophile shit. Was submitted by Senator Baldwin. Is that Tammy Baldwin's ass? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, this bitch is definitely a fucking pedophile. That woman looks like a fucking demon, honestly, dude. In every single one of those pictures. So, what a sick cunt, dude. This one now. Nancy Maldonado, Biden's 7th Circuit Court nominee, can't define what an assault weapon is, despite the fact that she has called for them to be banned in the past. We need to stop looking at these fucking nominees as void at all, or looking at them as a constitutional, dude. They're all null and fucking void because they're all being promoted by a fucking cheating piece of shit in Biden, dude. None of them have any authority to be given positions on any of these fucking circuit courts at all, for the matter. So, yeah, fucking realize one of these fucking dumb cunts, dude. Let's see, we got Reddit admin complains about being plus size on a plane. Some fucking fat bitch. Well, maybe take your fat ass not on the fucking plane, bitch, and go do something else then, whatever the case. Oh, that's cool. People were showing the broom handle handgun there, where it had its own carrying case that was also like extended into like a actual stock is what it is. I think that's I'm not mistaken. I think that's the only gun in history actually that's not an AOW because of that reason. Because it was specifically designed to actually have its own case be its stock essentially. So it's pretty interesting, man. Actually, but it's a fascinating piece of artwork actually. So I'll go ahead and actually just show this because it's pretty fucking cool. So yeah, there's the gun in the case there, and then it basically can be snapped together like that. And it uses its own thing there. It's pretty badass, right? So yeah. Man. Jesus. I think this dog is the head of the branch managers, if I'm not mistaken. Because that is a huge ass fucking log it's bringing for him, man. Yeah, that dog's got to be the branch. That dog's got to be the head of the branch managers, man, for sure. The head branch manager. God, that thing is gigantic, bro. I'm surprised that poor guy can actually hold on to that. That's got to be heavy as fuck, dude, for its jaw to hold on to. Jesus. Anyway. See what else here now. This person said Moscow seems horrible. No beggars, homeless people, trash, or smell of human feces. Yep. It's so bad, man. We got people talking about Trump and Milley. Huh. This is what I'm trying to figure out right now. This person's saying what is happening here, and it's people tossing some kind of fruit or something into a container there. I'm not sure what it is, though. But it's like spitting out like the remnants of something there. So I'm guessing it's maybe like dehusking the shit or something. I don't know. It's weird. Music. It almost looked. That almost looked like it was a like small. What do you call it now? Like little watermelons or something like that. Like, you know, like basketball-sized watermelons almost or something. It looks like maybe it split them in half or something somehow. I don't know. I'm trying to see if anything's going into that container on the side there. It's like looks like a bag or something. I think it's bigger or something like that or not. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell's going on. That's weird. Shut up, music. I hate when people do music with these fucking things like that, dude. Just do the original sound, you fucking assholes. Or if there's no sound, just do no sound. People were talking about Jeff Bezos' chick or whatever. And I'll tell you what, like, this woman, if I ever saw a woman who looked more like a trans female, honestly, I don't know what it would be, man. Because this person definitely looks like they could have been a guy in the past with the way those facial features and stuff are there. Yeah, it just looks really, they just look off is what it is. And they're also like grabbing it like their front too, so it's like, interesting. I don't know. Very interesting on that one, dude. So yeah, it just looks weird. Yeah, people are talking about plastic surgery monster face. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like I said, though, I've seen trans people, like people that are, you know, born male and claim to be female and stuff like that. They look almost exactly like that person, though. So that's all I'm saying, man. Like, it just looks very strange. But anyway, it is what it is. All right. Let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about here. Huh. Snake looks like a bird on top. That's crazy. Let's see what we got here. We got going back to the Mexican joke. I think we talked about in the past, actually. We got this one here, which is non-binary teen fatally shot her mother and injured stepfather after getting hold of a gun. Carly went by she, they pronouns, according to IG Instagram profile. It's another case of trans terrorism. Modern LGBTQ movement is radicalizing our youth into becoming violent activists. Yep, yes they are. Yes they are. Well, it's like the guy was saying with the gays against groomers people, dude. It was, you had the alphabet mafia now just wanting to push their shit for raw power versus the people like them that were just, you know, trying to be like, hey, we just want to be like you, just leave us alone kind of shit is what it is there. And that's what it is, honestly. And like, even like people like Buck Angel for that matter, man. I mean, that guy was, and I say guy, obviously, but the guy was born a chick is what it is. But yeah, Buck was one of these people who, you know, they were born female. They were originally one of the transgender folks that went in the thing is what it was. You know, they were back in those days in the 90s and stuff like that when he tried to transition there is what it was. You actually had to have stuff where you would have to go and do like therapy and everything else like that and talk to, you know, psychiatrists and psychologists and everything else like that before you ever got on hormone blockers or anything else like that then. Or that wasn't blockers back then. It was basically for a guy it would be, or for a girl that wants to be a guy it'd be testosterone, or for a girl that wants to be a guy it'd be estrogen then. And yeah, you had to talk it out with people and be like, they were like, hey, is this what you really, really want? And they're just like, yes, this is what I really, really want. And it wasn't like one of these things where it was like 45 minutes later, it's like, okay, here's your drugs. It was like, okay, here's the deal. You're going to live for a woman, or live like a woman, or you're going to live like a man, whatever your opposite gender be at that point, for the next like year or two of your life, and prove to yourself and everybody in society then it's like, again, is this really what you want? And then it was after a couple of years then that they actually were like, okay, cool, like here you go, like we're going to give you some various hormone drugs. That's what it is then. And yeah, it was like a whole process back then. Not like today, though, where they're literally just like, okay, 45 minutes later, here's a fucking bunch of shit for these kids then, dude, that want to be the opposite sex now. Yeah, people are saying it correctly. AOC is just stupid.
Is it your testimony today that
She
you
really is a dumb cunt.
personally witnessed President Joe Biden commit a crime?
She literally sounds like a 3-year-old reading the fucking script at that point, dude. Like, she is saying it so slowly because she doesn't understand it herself is what it is. Like, her fucking 3 brain cells she has left in her fucking head are trying to basically squeeze something out is what it is there.
I believe the fact that he was sitting with me while I was putting together a
Did
business
you
deal
witness the president
Okay, so first off, the guy is like telling the truth at that point. He's like explaining like, yes, this is what he's doing kind of thing. And she cuts him off like fucking 5 seconds later.
commit a crime? Is it your testimony today?
Yes.
And what crime have you witnessed?
How much time do I have to go through it?
It is simple. You name the crime.
Uh,
Did you watch him steal something?
Corruption statutes, RICO, and conspiracy.
What is it? What is the
Again, he is literally trying to tell you what it is, you stupid bitch. Just shut your goddamn whore mouth and let the man fucking speak, you dumb whore. Like, this is the problem with these people, like this person back here that's like got the fucking case in their hand. They should have set down the paperwork or just tossed it on the ground or whatever the case be, just walked up behind Cortez and fucking grabbed her around the fucking mouth with their hands, what it is, dude, and shut her fucking mouth at that point then. So this man could speak properly then.
crime, sir?
You
Specifically.
You asked and answer the question. I answered the question.
No.
RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption
Excuse me,
statute.
sir. Excuse me, sir. RICO is not a crime. It is a category. What?
I can't wait for people to meme the shit out of that one, by the way. Just be like, RICO is not a crime. Yes, it is, you stupid bitch. We talked about this yesterday. It's literally a fucking various bunch of acts, actually, is what it is.
It's a category of crimes that you're then charged.
You have charges.
Long 100.
You have charges. Sir, please name.
Exact statute on RICO.
Yes.
Well, it's funny. In this committee room, everyone's not here. There's over 8
All right, sir. I reclaim my
lawyers that went to law school.
I reclaim my
Yeah, you notice how she said she said like, I reclaim my time. As soon as he's saying about the amount of lawyers that are in there, they actually know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, you're dumbass Cortez, you fucking idiot. You dumb cunt. Fucking hate these people so much, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, her entire constituency in New York just needs to beat the fucking brakes off her ass at this point, man, for real. So. This is a good question, actually. A 10-foot tall brown bear, so obviously grizzly is a form of brown bear, by the way, is charging at you. Which gun do you believe would be most effective in saving your life? Well, I mean, there is always the little jet fire. You know, as long as you got somebody like Cortez with you, you can just pop in the leg and shit like that and just leave them to get faced down by the fucking bear. So, yeah. Those don't know the story about that one. Was this guy? It was basically this guy making jokes and stuff like that about his little jet fire and like talking about popping his girlfriend one in the leg, whatever the case be, and letting the bear eat her ass or whatever. Then, which I think was made up story is what it was, though. But it was actually just a funny story though, in a fucked up way is what it was. But yeah, like. I don't know, man. Because I'm trying, like, that's the thing, right? Because bears can go very fast, honestly. Like, they can go, like, I'm trying to think what the actual, I know it says, I believe it says, like, how fast they can actually run. So let me go look that up real quick now. How fast can a brown bear run? 35 miles an hour is their maximum speeds. That's pretty fucking fast, dude. I know I'm pretty slow, so they could probably be on my ass pretty quick is what it is. So you'd actually want something that you could basically mag dump their ass real quick is what it is. So you wouldn't want semi-automatic. You want full auto at that point. So it'd be like some kind of an AR or an AK maybe or something like that. And yeah, like you'd just be going for like body and like neck and headshots and stuff like that. That's what it'd be then. So I'm not sure, man. Honestly, truthfully, I'll tell you what I'd actually want. I would want that one gun that was used in the movie Black Hawk Down by Ewan McGregor that had the grenade launcher part of it there, where you could like put the fucking shit in. I want to have at least one of those rounds in it too, for that matter. Because that's what you need to do, man. You need to actually have something like that to like just be like pop and just like blow the motherfucker up on the spot is what it is then, dude. Because that's the only way you're getting away from that motherfucker fast enough is what it is then. Is just like blow it to pieces is what it is then. So yeah. We got Chrissy Noem sounds the alarm saying, quote, Chinese Communist Party sent spies to South Dakota this last summer to steal our crop genetics. It's not surprising at all, man. And they're bringing more and more over every day, lady. So, Jim Jordan, who left cocaine at the White House?
You know, the leak that led to an assassination attempt on Justice Kavanaugh. How about this one? Who left cocaine at the White House? Biden administration doesn't seem to have time to answer these questions. They're too busy investing parents at school board meetings, labeling Catholics extremists, retaliating against whistleblowers.
Coming after people like me.
Putting together a sweetheart deal for Hunter Biden. The deal that got laughed out of court. You know, the guy who put together the deal that got laughed out of court, that's the guy they named special counsel.
Of course it is.
You know what Democrats do have time for? Going after President Trump. They've been doing it for 8 years. They spied on his campaign. Then it was the Mueller investigation, 19 lawyers, 40 agents, $30 million, and found nothing. Then it was impeachment. Then it was raid his home. Then it was the special counsel. Then it was the 14th Amendment. The party of democracy said, we're going to keep the guy off the ballot who's leading in every single poll. The ranking member said that President Trump should be disqualified from even running for office. Thank goodness we have a Supreme Court who disagrees.
We should have RDQs, and we should have RDQs in every single fucking congressman that's a Democrat right now.
9-0. Not 5-4, not 6-3, not 7-2, not 8-1, 9-0. They disagreed. Now Democrats say, how dare Republicans investigate Joe Biden? How dare they look into the money, the business, and the brand? Millions of dollars, as the chairman said, millions of dollars from foreign entities run through 20 different companies for what? 20 different companies for what? Devin Archer told us what it was for. Access to the brand. Yep. And the brand was Joe Biden. The brand that played rounds of golf, calls and meetings, attended lunches and dinners with Hunter Biden and his business partners. The brand that conditioned $1 billion of American tax money on the firing of the prosecutor pressuring the company Hunter Biden sat on the board of.
Burisma.
And oh, by the way, was getting paid $1 million a year. Today, we're going to learn more about that brand. We're going to learn more about what Mr. Galanis called the Biden lift. We'll learn about the plausible deniability that Jim Biden talked to Mr. Bobulinski about. And we'll hear about the statement, the rule that governed how the business operated around Joe Biden. The rule that said, say it, forget it, write it, regret it. So I want to thank our witnesses for coming here today. They, like the whistleblowers who came to the Ways and Means Committee, are doing it simply because they want the American people to have the truth. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Chair now recognizes.
So I want to talk about something with that one. Burisma, the company that Hunter Biden was on the board of, the kids of both Nancy Pelosi and John Kerry were also on the board of that fucking thing. So they're just as corrupt as fuck right now, dude.
Who planted the pipe bombs on January?
Okay, then we got leftists is complaining that Walgreens has closed down in Massachusetts because of, quote, racial discrimination. Walgreens are leaving because it is so profitable, or because of race. They are not leaving because it's so profitable or because of race. It's because they are having their money taken away by theft. Yeah, and you got stupid bitch fucking Ariana Presley being the one bitching and moaning about the shit. Fucking Brainiac herself is what it is, dude. Another dumb cunt needs to be kicked out of fucking office right now, and the spot is what it is there. So, Kyle Rittenhouse just talked about a minute ago here about last night's whole thing there. He was saying, no one forced me to leave the stage. The event was scheduled for 30 minutes, and I was on stage for 30 minutes. Majority of students protested his arrival on the campus, forcing Rittenhouse to leave early. As for local media, he appeared to stage for only 30 minutes. What it was. Okay, so he's debunking that fucking shit. What it is there. So then we got AOC, sounds exactly like the viral talking French bulldog. Let's hear this one.
Resolution does not outline a high crime or misdemeanor. It's not here. Now, when we compare the chairman's opening from this previous opening, he's talking about Ukraine and Burisma.
Yeah, kind of. A little bit, anyway. Yeah, let's see. We got Fort Worth Police Chief says he will not enforce Greg Abbott's illegal migrant arrest bill. Well, then your ass needs to be removed from office there, Neil Norks, you fucking scumbag. Yeah, this guy needs to be fucking yanked out of the fucking office and arrested on the spot for that shit, dude, if that be the case. Because you were defying legal law at this point, asswipe. So, fuck that fucking guy. See, this person said Rittenhouse thought he could fuck with Memphis. Bitch, know your place. And then Bob doing racism said, your free speech principles are hamstringing you blacks respect free speech unless it's one of them who thinks like them. So no amount of reasoning or debate with these people, etc., etc. So yeah, bunch of bullshit entirely. So then we got Biden administration flew this guy into our country from Haiti. He is originally from Yemen and is on the FBI terror watch list. Our government gave him first-class ticket right to North Carolina, just an hour away from major military installations. Yeah, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson holds press conference on this fucking guy right here is what it is. Dude, we are heading for bad times in this country. We really are. And I'm getting real sick and tired of it right now, honestly, bro. Because we're definitely getting fucked over by these fucking people who it is, man. So, anyway. Wow. There's a button on this yacht to show the underside of it then. I think that's where you can go down and actually work on the engines and stuff. Oh yeah, it reveals the engines and stuff there. That's pretty cool. Problem is though, if that like grid goes down, man, like that boat is fucked in the water then, because that'd be the case, because you're gonna have everything get hit with EMP versus what it is then. So yeah. See, that's my thing. That's one thing I wouldn't really want, honestly, is like a big yacht that's all controlled by like, you know, power stuff is what it is, because that'd be the case. Like you're just dead in the water, then is what it would be. Baby elephant charges his 5-ton father, gets gentle reminder of his size. Dad just trunked his ass in the face is what it was. That's great. Yeah, that's what these most of these kids what it is nowadays, dude. Just need to get a good old fashioned smackety wackety. So okay, that's pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna post this one to the network's X page here. It looks like military of either the 60s or 70s. I'm not sure what this video is from. I think it's probably 70s, maybe like Vietnam era. But it's a dude being taught how to kick a magazine out of an AK and then use his other foot to basically unload the chamber is what it is then. So and obviously for those who don't know how you load an AK, it's got that little like paddle thing on the back of it there. So he's kicking the paddle with one foot to like knock the mag out of the gun, and then he uses his other foot to kick the bolt back on the side charging handle. That's pretty fucking cool, man. So you're doubly unloading that gun. That's fucking awesome. That being said, if they're quick enough, they're going to pop you anyway, so yeah. Who's to say what's going on right now, though? But, oh, actually, speaking of voter fraud being a thing nowadays, we got this one, which was breaking. Top Wisconsin Democrats have been found guilty of multiple counts of voter fraud. 2022, Kimberly something or other ordered military ballots using names she made up because military voters do not have to show a photo ID to receive an absentee ballot. Fucking ridiculous, dude. And that's exactly how they stole the election, by the way, 2 years ago for that Supreme Court justice seat there and at a state level in Wisconsin. So yeah, that fucking Mom's main action cut that's on the Supreme Court there in Wisconsin to be thrown off of it because of that alone right there, dude. So anyway, we got warmongers in Washington and Brussels can't pass new weapons packages to Ukraine. So instead, they're making an end run to seize $300 billion from the Russia central bank and hand it over to Ukraine then. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. People are talking about GOP here in Ohio back in Brendan Marino and stuff like that. DC Drano was talking about that piece of shit Muhammad here in Ohio, talking about show some respect for the land that welcomed you and give you safe refuge from your terrorist-ridden shithole and speak English. You know, it's funny to me. You have Juanita Broderick. She's one of the Bill Clinton people that was raped by his ass. Talking about how did Dingbat Crockett get elected into office. It's pretty easy, actually. It's called voter fraud. So, see if yep, got a new follower there. Thinking maybe that was a stupid bitch Crockett hit me, or not Crockett, Chantal Brown hit me back, but no, it wasn't. So, Jesus Christ, man. Fucking guns and deals with his SOCOM AR upper there. That is way overpriced for what that is, dude. I'm not going to say how much it is, but it's, you know, about twice the price of stuff I've been looking at recently. So, anyway. Let's see here now. Yeah, then we got this one from Christine M as well, talking about China doesn't allow their own people to own land, much less us. So why should we let them buy up our precious agricultural land? Exactly. Well, that's the whole thing entirely, dude. Why are we letting any other fucking foreign country buy up our goddamn land at this point? No, man. Like, that's the problem right now. Is you have these fucking people who are trying to force through bullshit here. It's the exact same thing with the housing prices right now and like renting prices, why they're going up like fucking crazy, man. It's because shithead motherfuckers like piece of shit Biden told all these goddamn illegals to go into our fucking country, dude, and they're having them fucking steal our damn housing, is what it is. And you wonder why they're up like 1,200 fucking % or something crazy like that's what it is right now. Like, it's not hard to figure out, dude. Nah. This guy's throwing a big ass chunk of meat to a lion, and the lion just keeps looking at him like, I want you, motherfucker. Yeah. Well, that's just stupid. Little Caesar's staff could not accept a TikToker's $300 tip because of store policy. If nothing else, I'd just be like, okay, when are you guys getting off the clock? And then as soon as they do, like, just be like, all right, here you go, bro. Here's $150 a piece, and that's the case then. So, Jesus Christ, dude. That event that was at Rittenhouse's place, or that was at the University of Memphis last night was Rittenhouse there. You have one of these dumb cunts bringing their fucking toddler with them, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, people. Fucking ridiculous, dude. And we got rich squatters living rent-free in Seattle, Washington. Sang Kim allegedly moved from a $1.3 million home where he didn't pay rent into a $2 million home where he is also not paying rent and being called out by local, it looks like Sikhs there. So, So this is actually a good question here on this one. We got two different guns here, two different 12 gauges. I think they're both 12 gauges anyway. So the top one obviously is a semi-auto. Bottom one's a pump action with a light on it. Which one for home defense? Well, that's hard to say, man, because I mean, a light is actually pretty much needed if it's middle of the night and stuff like that, you know. So I would almost say the one with a light is what it is there, just because of that reason. But that being said, you know, like if you have multiple home invaders, you got to shoot like pretty quick and stuff. Like I'd almost rather have the one that is like semi-auto, just so I could be like ding, ding, ding a bunch of times and stuff like that in like quick succession. Not have to like rack the shit in the chamber then and possibly have it be, you know, like a misfeed or something like that, or like a bad feed or whatever the case be, depending on how good that shotgun is. Because I have some shotguns in the bedroom right now that are not the greatest. They're Chinese made, obviously. They should be made in America, specifically in I want to say Maine area, if I'm not mistaken, which is where Richardson and Harrington used to be. So H&R, you know, patting our pumps. But yeah, those one the way that those are created though, the feed ramp on it is fucked up. Like it pops the shit wrong in there sometimes and stuff like that. So it's really hard to load what it is then. So yeah, if I'm gonna talk about home defense guns right now, I'd probably just grab the AR and stuff like that and start firing off rounds at people. Then if that was the case, man, there's somebody broken right now. So, but no, I'd probably honestly rather have a semi-auto shotgun just for that reasoning. Just because you could easily get like, you know, on target and be able to shoot a bunch of times in real quick and then not have to worry about it to have to pump and reload another time is what it is then. That being said, at the same time, shotguns for any kind of thing is obviously not good because of the fact you have, it's like the whole thing with revolvers. You have to reload one at a time kind of thing is what it is there instead of just being able to pop another magazine in and be able to do whatever then, to be the case then. So yeah, you're much better off to just what was I gonna say? Yeah, you're much better off just doing it the other way is what it is then. So needless to say, I mean, honestly, like there's also the thing with handguns too, for that matter, like PCCs or something like that, dude. You know, and you could also, you know, if you would want to get one, do the. I know they make a lot of them for different guns when it comes to what do they call those? Like that micro-roni thing is what it is. Like it's not just for Glocks anymore. You have ones for a bunch of different handguns too, for that matter. So if you have any of those handguns, you could also get one of those for that is what it is, and just put those in there and have like, you know, 17 rounds, 20 rounds, whatever it is then. And you're good to go then. So let's see, then we got Justin, 15 hours ago. 18-year-old illegal alien breaks down in tears and asks for his mother after being abandoned by cartel smugglers. Quote, "I just want to go home to my mother," he said. The illegal Hector was wandering around the desert alone for 2 days. His life was saved only because some random guy that owned property around that area found his ass. And that's the problem right there, right? Like, they don't get it, man. They don't get that they're just going to be left to fucking rot, you know? It's just fucking crazy, dude. And we got this one here, which was, it happened again. Officers drive over 100 miles to harass American citizen who attended a Virginia pro-gun rally. Government officers won't risk American citizens organizing. They, quote, saw what appeared to be a pre-organized planning and came to confront this guy.
Yeah, you have driven over 100 miles to harass a citizen on his front porch in Northumberland County based on a tip, which is exactly why the red laws are so bad. These red flag laws.
Yep, exactly. Went just to tip my ass. Fucking bullshit, dude.
What they saw was what appeared to be pre-operational planning.
Oh, fuck off,
What they saw
cop.
was an intelligent American citizen who is situationally
I think I remember this one, actually.
Of the piss poor job that y'all will do with my security. You are disarming me. You're putting me behind a gate.
Oh, I do remember that, yeah.
As a free man, I'm going to come stand.
By the way, for those who don't know the context of this one, this happened a couple of years ago in Virginia. So it was, what was that for? It would have been the VCDL rally day at the Capitol there. I think that was 2000. I want to say it was 2019, but I could be wrong about that one. Yeah, I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So, and that's what that guy's talking about. What he was going around doing actually was he had gone, apparently from my understanding from the context of this whole thing, the old guy here, he had gone to the Virginia State Capitol there, and he was looking around at different stuff. And he had his phone with him or a camera with him, whatever it was. I'm not sure what, but he was basically taking pictures of different areas of what it was there to show, like, okay, you know, here's a fucking spot that I could be, you know, murked out by some fucking piece of shit from, whatever the case be, if somebody wanted to do harm to me, etc., etc. And that's what they're talking about him being like, oh, you were pre-planning this shit. It's like, he ain't pre-planning nothing, dude. He's literally walking down there taking some pictures of the fucking area, which, by the way, as a citizen of the fucking country, you can legally do it at any state capitol, you fucking idiots. And you're going to sit there and harass this man for nothing. That, by the way, this video that I was showing right there, and I'm going to keep showing the rest of it from in here, is what it is. It's exactly the kind of bullshit I had to deal with almost 5 years ago outside my fucking house right there in the driveway with those two fucking piece of shit ass, fuck boy ass, fed boys who were all trying to be like, oh, but you were going to do this, and you said I. And it's like, I didn't say shit, motherfucker. I said if something were to happen, you fucking dickhead. And then you admit to my fucking face as you're leaving. We wasted 6 days on this? Yeah, well, you could have been investigating Ismail Muhammad or any other fucking Somali terrorist in the state at the time of that. You know? But instead you wasted 6 days on a white boy named Adam is what it was, you fucking assholes. Using the bullshit ass fucking Patriot Act and the fucking National Defense Authorization Act garbage that exists in our country right now to illegally spy on me without my fucking rights being enacted there because you were denying me my right to have privacy and actually not have to deal with bullshit without a fucking warrant is what it is. So that's what the NDA created was. It was fucking warrantless searches and stuff like that, dude. It's a bunch of horse shit. And that's one of the few things I hate about Trump for that matter, dude, is the fact this asshole allowed that shit to be re-upped every fucking time and signed into place again. And it didn't need to be ever. So
My backpack will have first aid supplies. It will have a spray bottle. It will have bottled water, so I can help my fellow citizens when you bastards start spraying us. You are the problem.
We're not here to.
You are here, and that is enough to piss me off. This is just communism, socialism,
yes, it is.
Right here, Bubba.
Yes,
right here on our porch.
If you would like, you can contact my supervisor.
Friend, I just want to shake your hand and ask you to go the hell off my property. That's what I want to do. Unless you've got a charge, or you've got a warrant, or you got some damn suspicion.
We're here just to talk to you. That's why
we have had our conversation.
Talk my ass,
I'm going to go to the Capitol on that date and protest. And I'm going to lobby actually because I'm not protesting. I'm going to lobby much like I did last Monday, where I peacefully entered there, and you can find the video.
I understand you don't even want to listen to why.
Redress your grievances, baby.
I understand why you're here, and I'll listen to you. I'll give you a shot here.
And again, like we said, we came here on a tip.
Yep, petition coming to redress grievances.
Who gave you the tip?
We just came here as
Our fuckboy superior. That's who.
free citizens. We do not have a warrant. You did not tell us to leave yet.
He actually did. Told you to get the fuck off property, dude.
I'm not scared of you. I'm a citizen. I'm not a damn subject, but whenever you people will take a tip.
It's not just a tip, sir. I mean, I viewed the video.
I love taking a tip of their dick, man.
Law enforcement officers, I viewed the video, and we've seen a lot of pre-operational planning activities at the Capitol.
Bunch of
BS. Anybody else? There are people that want to come there and do harm. We don't know you. We want to come here and talk to you and
Bunch of horseshit, dude. I think that guy sued their asses, if I'm not mistaken. What happened in the situation? I believe he sued the shell that state actually, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go check that real quick though.
There are secrets that
Hit the wrong thing there. Let's see here now. Virginia man arrest by police for going to pro-gun rally. Yep, 2021. 2 Virginia officers used excessive force, threatened. Okay, this is from CNN. Yeah, used excessive force, threatened Army officer during traffic stop. Lawsuit says. Okay, never mind. That was a different one. It's not the one I'm looking at right now. Okay, it was 2020 pro-gun rally by thousands ended peacefully in Virginia. Yeah, I'm not finding here. I know it was either 2019, 2020, one of those two, dude, that happened there. And that's what they were talking about. Yeah, that guy was basically calling them out. Their bullshit is what it was. Because like, hey, you're not gonna peck my asses. Fuck you, people. I'll do what the fuck I want. Here's what it is. I'm a free citizen, and he is. He has every legal right to do that kind of stuff, dude. We all do. Whenever any of these fucker cops are trying to pull that shit, dude, they need to go start sucking our dicks. Is what it is. To their on their fucking knees, bow down to the goddamn constitutional republic, established militia here in this country is what it is, dude. We the fucking people. That are what's necessary for secure free state is what it is. So, anyway. Wow. Well, this shows me everything I need to hear right now. So I don't know if I mentioned that the other day in the one of the cast where I was talking about that Quiet on the Set thing from Nickelodeon. The Investigation Discovery this week is what it was. And you had Drake Bell come out of the woodwork and was talking about him being molested by Brian Peck and stuff like that. And, you know, others obviously having the same thing happen to them is what it is then. So Josh Peck, who was the other guy in the Drake and Josh show, apparently posted a extremely upsetting video that many believe is referring to Drake Bell as a, quote, bug because he finally had the courage to come out about being abused as a child in Hollywood. This is what was said by this piece of shit.
If I haven't talked to you since 2023, take that as a fucking sign that you don't exist to me anymore.
That sounds like a nutcase.
You got sprayed with the rain. Bye. See you in that bar.
Wow, what a nut job, dude. It honestly makes me wonder, though, if that be the case, if Josh Peck there is actually a child molester now. I wouldn't be surprised by it, man. He actually kind of looks like he would be a child rapist, honestly. From all the people I've seen get busted, too, here in Ohio on various raids and stuff like that, and like different things Dave Yost has done as AG and stuff, Peck looks like a lot of the guys that were busted, honestly. That would be like the upstanding ideas of society and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm not surprised at least if that were the case, dude. And like I said, I think truthfully, a lot of these people, whether it be him, whether it be Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World, the guy that played Sean, whether it be Will Friedle, the guy that played Eric, the brother in that show, them coming out and fucking, you know, cucking for Peck as well. Like, it makes me wonder, dude, like how many people are actually enablers of these people, how many are actually molesters themselves now is what it is. Damn, man. I don't think I can show this one because it technically would be like people, you know, fighting or whatever. But yeah, this guy was like trying to mosh this other dude. The guy wasn't having it or whatever the case be. And he just walked. He was like, dude, like turns around. The guy just like turned around himself. He's just like, wham, fucking forearms this dude in the face. And it's like right with the fucking tip of the elbow too. And like almost knocked his ass out cold. That's the kind of stuff that's happening to a lot of these Democrats, actually. Just fucking, you know, forearm right in the jaw, broken jaw, etc. there, man. Although that was more like the forehead that hit him in, though. I guarantee if he had smacked him in the jaw with his elbow, though, he probably would have broke his jaw, honestly, on that one. So, yeah, that's pretty wild shit, man, for sure. Huh, this is interesting. Got first human Neuralink patient who is paralyzed, controlling a computer and playing chess just by thinking about it. That's disturbing. I mean, I could see for that, like, that's the thing, right? I could see, like, for that reason, obviously. Like, if you're, like, paralyzed from, like, the neck down or whatever it is, you can, like, have the ability to, like, do stuff again now is what it is. But at the same time, it's, like, that's some Skynet shit right there is what it is, dude, in our brains. Like, fuck all that noise. So, yeah, super, super disturbing is what it is, man. But anyway, yeah, patient Nolan could be seen scrolling around on his computer by using his brain. That is so fucking disturbing, dude. This whole video is like 8.5 minutes or something, so I'll post the network's X page there. But yeah, fuck all that, dude. Like, hell nah, bro. Hell no. This person's saying exactly what I said yesterday.
How much time do I have to go?
As they're talking about Cortez's dumbass again here, it said, and I quote, "We not only need cognitive tests for president, but we also need IQ tests for Congress. How can anyone be this stupid?" Talking about dipshit Cortez there. Well, it's pretty easy when she's literally admitted to being a fucking actress for the role of Congresswoman. Like, that alone should be a disqualifier in office right there. It is what it is. And like I said, like, truthfully, if we're going to talk about it across the board, dude, there should be automatic disqualification of power in this country. If you're going to sit there and push pro-gun legislation, the anti-life legislation, the form of abortion shit, various fucking omnibus bills that fund other countries instead of our own and stuff like that, yeah, you're fucking done, dude, entirely. Get the fuck out of here. You're arrested on the spot. You're fucking fired from office. You're catching all kinds of different code of law charges and everything else like that. They're putting you in jail for years of your life. And if you ever get back out of it, if you're not getting life imprisonment for that matter, or death penalty on the top of that is what it would be then, then you're going to be null and void and never allowed to hold office ever again in this country. Is what it'll be then. So, but honestly, I would say truthfully though, it's not just IQ test for Congress for that matter. I would say there should be cognitive testing across the board for anybody that wants to run for office, dude. Because and then that's the thing too for the matter. You know, we have like a bunch of psychopaths that want to be in office, dude. Is what it is, and like sociopaths and everything else like that is what it is there in like Congress/Senate. Yeah, there should be a disqualifier in that shit too. If you're like if you take like a some kind of test like that where it can prove like you're a nut, basically, like yeah, you're fucking done, dude. Like you're gone out of office entirely on that one. You know, it's like any what's they make you do, honestly, and this is truthful. You know, everybody gets a term in office, basically what it is. And it would be, you know, just have like 500 people picked at random, or whatever the case be. The number of people there right now is what it is then. So, you know, it'd be like a jury or peers kind of thing is what it'd be then. So, when your single term is up, you're just done then is what it is. So, Oh, okay. So, going back to that ATF thing earlier, apparently there's more to it than that. What this was is it was a this ATF agent shot the director of the Bill and Hillary Clinton airport. Expect some good memes and hopefully a few good conspiracy theories to come out of the raw news story. Yeah, airport executive shot in firefight with federal agents at his home in Arkansas. So this is another Clinton murking then, I'm guessing, on this one, it sounds like, to me anyway. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, was another Hillary fucking kill list dude or something like that because he was about to whistleblow on their asses or something? Maybe, perhaps. Who knows? Somebody else who said Byron Donalds outlines the money trail from the Chinese Communist Party-controlled entity that eventually found its way to Biden himself. Money went from CCP to Hunter Biden's bank account to James Biden, which would be Joe's brother. Bank account eventually withdrawn by Sarah Biden and then given to Joe Biden himself. Crazy, man. I'll tell you what, honestly, though, when it comes to Trump and stuff like that, depending on who he picks for VP, if he picked like Byron Donalds for VP, I'd vote for that ticket in a minute, honestly. I would. I think that'd be good. I think he'd be a decent VP, honestly, right now. He's a pretty good congressman, I'll tell you that right now. But that's the thing, though, right? Like that's why I almost kind of want Trump to pick somebody who's like a non-entity right now that isn't in power or would be like out of power pretty soon. Is what it is there, like Kristi Noem or something like that. Because like, yeah, she only has like a couple more years there in South Dakota before she is turned out of the governor's office. There is what it is. So it's like she'd be a good one. A couple other people would be good ones too, and then you have a handful here and there is what it is. Or it's a situation of just having like different people, so it is there, man. Or it could just be somebody who's not in office at all, for like Vivek or something like that, dude. Which, you know, I've had my, you know, problems with that guy entirely just because of his the way he made his money off of big pharma and shit like that. But at the same time, it's like at the end of the day, he is the energy that we need in the future. Is what it is, dude, for real. And he could easily be the guy that's the next in the line, is what it is. Then after Trump was going to be for the nominee in 2028 or something like that. Then, so I think that's the one thing DeSantis fucked up on, man, because he should have just stayed governor, is what it is. And then if Trump wanted to come to him and be like, "Hey, do you want to be my VP or something like that?" Then he gets out of the governorship there in Florida and goes with Trump's VP nomination or something like that. He should have never ran against Trump. That was what it was there, dude, because that's what happened. You had him run against Trump. And Trump fucking annihilated DeSantis' ass is what it is, dude. And then also Adam was kind of a rhino sack of shit, too, on top of that. So, but yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here is what it is, though. But I don't know. It is, to me, it's very telling, though, by the way, that you don't have, we're in like the early part of 2024. We're about to go into, you know, the summer here pretty soon. We're going to have the race at the end of the year here. It's really telling that Trump and RFK Jr. both have not chosen a running mate at this point. So would it surprise me if Trump actually picked RFK Jr. as a running mate, potentially? Not really, actually. Would I vote for that ticket, though? That one's kind of hard to say, honestly. And the reason I say that, obviously, is because RFK has called for gun control in the past. and has basically said that the assault was being went across his desk. He signed onto it is what it is. So, and it's like, bro, go fuck yourself. So, yeah, I'm not okay with that one. Like I said, I think really what it is that, unfortunately, I hate to say it nowadays, dude, like, if you really want to get elected into office in certain states or certain, like, across this country, what it is, like, at a federal level and stuff, if you're going to go, like, president, VP stuff, there has to be a minority in the fucking mix somewhere because you got to get that vote count is what it is, though, which you shouldn't have to go that route, honestly. And you should just be able to get votes on your own is what it is. Doesn't matter what race you are, honestly. But, like, at the same time, it's like, unfortunately, the political theater we're playing right now, the identity politics shit that we played in this country's history is what it is now. That's exactly what we're seeing right now. You know, there's a reason why Democrats always do that shit, by the way. There's a reason why when Nan Whaley tried to remember what it was a couple years ago, she went and found some random black female to be her fucking lieutenant governor is what it was there, dude. She failed miserably, obviously, because she was a gun-grabbing sack of shit is what it was, dude. Then falsely tried to claim to be a moderate Democrat, but she wasn't. She was an extremist fucking nut job Antifa wannabe is what it is. BLM terrorist wannabe. Who actually helped cause a Dayton massacre because she refused to actually arrest the fucking BLM and Antifa terrorists that were down there and Dayton back in May of 2019. So, or sorry. No, yeah, it was May of 2019. No, yeah, that's right, yeah. Because it was August 2019 when that happened then. So, anyway. But yeah, so basically that's what it is, though. But other than that, though, I'm getting pretty tired right now. It's like 25 degrees outside right now or something like that. And I'm not feeling like I got some sleep last night, but my back's been killing me all day. So I'm probably going to try and take a nap again here pretty soon. And then hopefully in a couple hours, my back will feel a little better. And I'll be able to get up and actually do some stuff around the house then for the day. I plan on doing buckshot later today. Probably about 5 hours from now, give or take, around 5:30 or so. If you don't see that happen then, or it doesn't happen by 6 o'clock tonight, I'm just gonna say it like it is. I'm probably doing something then, or I'm completely asleep for that matter at the time, and I just don't feel like doing stuff as it is then because when my back's going now, I don't really do anything else today for that matter at all. So I'm gonna try to do it today. If I don't do it today, it's whatever. I will be back tomorrow for Freedom Friday though for sure, 100%. But yeah, other than that though, like I said, the current deal here is I am going to try to do another stream today, but I'm not sure if I'll do it or not then. Jesus Christ, dude. This is a pretty good one, though. People were talking about here. It said, Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks loses it. What the F are we doing? New York City recently passed a law where if you're caught dismembering a corpse, so actually you're dismembering somebody's dead body, you don't have to pay a bail to get out of jail. 4 people were recently arrested in New York City for dismembering 2 bodies where so much blood was found in the pipes of the house was uninhabitable and they were let out of jail. There is no longer about leftist insanity. It's good versus evil. Evil is running New York City. Evil is running New York State, bro. There's a difference. Kathy Hochul is a fucking demon. 100% across the board right now. So, yeah. Shit's insane, man, for sure. Yeah, this one's also talking about it, too. This Wall Street Apes person here 21 hours ago saying it. This is back on the 8th. It said, Democrats who run New York City have completely lost their minds. 4 people charged in connection with severed body parts that were found scattered across Long Island have been freed from jail without bond. Fucking hell, bro. Jesus Christ, my friend. This is actually an interesting question that was asked on one of the people I follow here. It said, you walk into a coffee shop, really need a coffee, you get in line, and when it's your turn to order, you notice this. What would you do? And the sign says, please use they, them pronouns when addressing our staff. Yeah, I'd be like, give me my fucking coffee, you dumb cunts. I'm not gonna put up with your pandering bullshit. Woman, man, whatever the fuck they actually are at that point. Fucking idiots. God damn stupid. Owls are the cats of the air, is what somebody's saying here. They kind of are, actually. With this guy trying to do stuff. Owls just like being a cat, basically. It's funny. Let's see. Then we got breaking 42 minutes ago. Justice Department sues Apple and alleges the tech has maintained an illegal monopoly on smartphones in the U.S. Interesting. I mean, it's not like people can't get like Androids and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. That seems kind of a crazy one, though. So I don't trust the DOJ, though, for sure. But anyway. I think this story might be the one from Ohio. Here's what it is. Yep. Okay. So this woman is the kind of piece of shit, by the way, who needs to be given a fucking firing squad at dawn is what it is, dude. Or really just held in a chair and left to die herself from starvation. This fucking piece of shit cunt named Crystal Catalerio let her daughter starve to death in her own feces while she went on a week-and-a-half vacation. Should say Ohio mother, by the way, who left her child alone for 10 days while she vacationed in Puerto Rico, calmly lied to investigators and tried blaming her 1-year-old daughter for her own death. And yet this bitch is going to get life imprisonment here in Ohio. She needs to get the fucking death penalty in the state, dude. She honestly, she's the one of the people that needs to get that fucking Alabama treatment with the hypoxia shit. Where she basically be suffocated to death is what it is then. Yeah, somebody else put it here, said, mother left 16-year-old baby alone, cries her sentencing when she gets life imprisonment. You know. I really want to see her get stabbed to death in prison right now, dude. By every fucking buddy in that cell block. I really hope she gets fucking murked out in the prison system in this state, honestly, dude. She needs to get fucking Jonathan Watson, honestly. Or sorry, get the Jonathan Watson treatment, I should say, on that one. Doesn't know what Jonathan Watson is. He's the guy that killed 2 pedophiles in California. So... this right here, honestly, seems like it's a bad deal. Just because the way that this is set up, you could easily have like your hand or something hit the fucking side of this toilet. So the toilet burns your shit. And it's like a foot thing on the side or whatever the case be, you easily smacked by your hand by accident or something like that while you're taking a dump. Yeah, that would be painful, dude. You got a bunch of flames shooting up your ass there and get about second and third degree burns, maybe in first degree burns, that would be the case. So if I was going to have something like that as a toilet, I want to have like a thing on the back is what it is, where you have like the only place to have like a button there or whatever is like, you have to like actually, it's like one of those like nuclear code things or whatever the case, for whatever the case be, and then smack the button down kind of thing or something like that. And that way it doesn't inadvertently go off, then if that be the case. So yeah, I don't know, man. Crazy stuff, though. Oh, here's a good one, too. This is 21 hours ago. We got Jim School's dipshit Democrat, Murkowski, for asking why Biden has not been impeached. Quote, we don't just snap impeachments like you guys. We actually do the facts. We do oversight. Exactly.
I assume you believe he should be impeached, but my point is that the chairman
has not yet moved for that. And so,
yeah, because they're actually giving all the evidence, you fucking ZJ piece of shit.
I mean, let's just do the impeachment. I mean, why continue to waste millions of dollars?
Why is your ass still in office, bitch? You should be thrown out of Congress right now, you little fuckboy. FAGGOT.
What are you waiting on? Let's just do it. I mean, by the way, we got Chairman Jordan here also, the double chairman. Why aren't you guys calling for the vote in your committee? When is it going to happen?
I would like to see Jim Jordan just punch this guy right in the fucking mouth, honestly, a few times.
Gentlemen, you?
Sure.
We don't do snap impeachments like you guys. We actually do the facts. We do oversight
So
according to the
you're
Constitution.
never going to call for it. You're never going to call for it.
Bullshit, they're not, asshole.
Yeah, you can predict the future. How do you know?
You guys only have 6 more months probably in power, right, until the election. So
fuck you, cocksucker. No, you guys only have 6 months of power, you fucking asshole.
Like, tell the American people.
Does the Constitution put a time limit on oversight? I didn't read that in the Constitution.
So if you believe you can't call for the impeachment now, then what you're admitting is you haven't yet proven that he's committed a high crime and misdemeanor. You haven't proven it yet. Otherwise, you would call for it, I assume.
We're doing our work.
Okay, so they haven't proven it, right? They haven't proven he committed a high crime and misdemeanor. Otherwise, we would call.
There's more than enough for high treason at this point, dude. Which is all death penalty sentences, by the way. Fucking asshole. So, I really can't stand motherfuckers like that at all, dude. Remember back in the day? When I say back in the day, I mean like when you go back in time in history to like, you know, the Crusades and stuff like that. They used to chop people's tongues out for shit like that, honestly, dude. For being a bunch of liars and stuff. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's talk about.
Well, here we go. We got Fuckface Frost coming out of work again. This is from Firearms Policy Coalition about an hour ago. We got first ghost guns, now zombie guns. How much longer until we're faced with the scourge of werewolf and vampire guns? Dipshit Maxwell Frost, who literally funded his entire political campaign using credit card charges, which he's never paid off, by the way, at this point, claims the zombie gun loophole is a problematic way that guns end up in the hands of those responsible for gun violence. We must close the loophole and destroy zombie guns now. Every life lost to gun violence is one too many. What the fuck are you even talking about, you fucking crackhead? Resign from office, you Gen Z dipshit. By the way, Maxwell Frost is David Hogg's best buddy, who claims to be the first Gen Z moron in Congress. He's the last Gen Z moron that's be in Congress ever, because we don't have Gen Z in Congress ever in this country. Also, something's happened there. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the networks page right now. anyway, I think that's where we're going to leave it at for today. Yeah, that's pretty shady shit. I mean, BlackRock, Vanguard, all of them like that are fucking not good people is what it is, dude. So, anyway, but, yeah, it's what, what's funny to me is you got Firearms Policy Coalition an hour ago saying that Frost is an absolute fucking moron, and so it would be comical if such a threat that wasn't such a peaceful people. And my response to Frost was, there is no such thing as a zombie gun, you fucking retard. Just resign and disgrace, you Gen Z asshole. So, yeah. Like, me and the people of Firearms Policy Coalition, man, we know what the fuck we're talking about is what it is. So, and they're right about that. It would be comical. It wasn't the fucking infringement on our rights is what it is, dude. But that's the problem right now. And again, this is what I said before, dude. Like, this is why we need to have disqualification of running for office right now in this country, because piece of shit Frost, when he ran for Congress ago, this motherfucker was literally running on an anti-gun platform. That alone should disqualify him on the spot from even being in the running, for that matter. When he's trying to be a pre-oath breaking sack of shit is what it is, dude. When he's literally defying the fucking U.S. Constitution, he would swear an oath to uphold is what it is. So, yeah. I feel like I'm going to be wearing this hat at some point in the future when I'm beating somebody's ass. And it'll just be like, cowboy, whack. So, automatically. I also want to point something out, by the way. Maxwell Frost was also part of anti-gun group March for Our Lives before he ran for office there to be in Congress. Again, should have been disqualified on the spot right there is what it is. So, anyway. But, yeah, other than that, so that's pretty much enough for the day. I'm going to be back, like I said, in about 4.5 hours or so, give or take. Hopefully, as long as my back is still feeling a little better by then. But yeah, we'll be back for Buckshot later, hopefully today, and then Freedom Friday tomorrow it'll be, and I'll be hopefully doing some stuff here around the house in the next couple hours. Here's what it is then. So, because my plan right now, if I can get some stuff here, is what it is. I'll be looking through some things here and figuring out where I want to put some things here, is what it is, and then essentially just cleaning up a bunch of stuff over in this area here is what it'll be then that I can reach out and grab, and then from there I plan on just basically doing some stuff around the house. Here's what it is, and excuse me, this fucking Q's coming back up on me with the chips, I think is what it is. My Barrett's esophagus, I think, is having issues too, is what it is there. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to get the rest of this cleaned up here in the next day or so, is what it is. If I hadn't have been, I don't want to say I've been lazy this week, but I've just been like it's the weather change for sure. Like if it had stayed like in the 50s or 60s, like it was the other day, like I'd have been fine for this whole week and stuff like that. I could have done a bunch of stuff here in the last few days, but like, yeah, as soon as it started getting cold, I'm just like, ugh, like I don't want to do anything at all. And so I barely did anything is what it was then. Like I picked up a couple things, put them in a box, and that's about it right now. So, but yeah, I definitely need to get a lot of this done now because we got only a certain amount of time before we have to actually have the shit appraised in the next month or so is what it is. So I think maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the stuff down here that I have sitting here right now and maybe just put this stuff in a box and then go through this little bin of shit. Here's what it is, and start throwing that all in just a box together is what it is. And at least then I can say, hey, I'm done with this at least, and I can, then have some area here to like grab at with a grabber or something like that and be able to do some stuff there is what it is though. So I don't know, whatever. Anyway, that's about it for today, though. Like I said, I'll be back later for Buckshot, and then other than that, though, I'm gonna go do some stuff right now and figure some things out, work on a few things here and there, and then go from there, basically, and just do what needs to be done is what it is then. So, all right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Always be carrying with one in the chamber, because you never know if you're gonna have to use it, and you're never gonna have time to rack it. And it's really as simple as that. So, later.